Hello and welcome. Welcome back. This is Redemption Goddess. I really don't want to cover this, but I will. Just because I'm becoming annoyed. As some of you that are following this crazy stuff, you may know that Kwame Brown is now into it with Kev Gills. And I watched some Coffee and Kush, the press one and I'll do that another time. But I wanted to talk about the trades that Kwame Brown is talking about. Now, this is just in Georgia. These are the trade schools that are in Georgia. This is not quite alphabetical order, but I did just take some screenshots. As you can see, this is the second page of it. Lots and lots of trade schools, welding schools. Lots and lots of trades right there in Georgia. Now, you talk about why aren't they in schools? What happens with school is when you're in high school, you talk to the counselors and the people helping to support your child, and they begin to get your child into these types of things. They will help you do it. You have to communicate with them. This is something that I had, 15 years ago. This was available to me. So I have no idea what Kwame Brown is talking about as it relates to trades. Now, coding, as I've been saying, there are a few right here on YouTube with the introduction to Python, C++, and other programming languages, even programming languages for your iPhone, your Android, to build apps and do these things. They teach you. They also have the paid versions, the boot camp type versions. And again, these things are personal responsibility. I'm not sure you want the government, where everyone talks about small government. This has nothing to do with the government. These schools are here. Okay? They're here. Whether you have to write something, whatever you have to do to qualify to get to these schools, this is what you have to do. You want to learn something, it takes personal sacrifice. And this is one thing that I don't hear Kwame Brown talking about. He just drops these dog whistles. Y'all didn't ask Biden for nothing. They have to say certain words. They have to make sure they slip in these certain words. And then he continues to spread this rumor about Michael Jordan, which I just did a video telling you guys. It is not true. And then on the week that LeBron James's movie comes out, he drops his name in the midst of talking about allegations of assault that were about him that someone else brought up. But he decides to drop LeBron James' name. You remember he dropped Cat Williams' name? That's the week Cat Williams had something coming out. Make this shit make sense. He keeps saying the same stuff over and over. Clearly, this is another page. Clearly, there are plenty of trade schools in Georgia. No, you can't combine them with high schools, and some of them may be combined or working with the high schools. You have to communicate with your child's high school. You cannot take away the personal responsibility that we have as adults for our children. And even when the children come to a certain age, they have their own personal responsibility. I know plenty of folks that came from good homes and they still chose the wrong direction. Just like Kwame Brown chose not to at least take some classes somewhere. At least. That know-it-all spirit won't get you far. You be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Some things it is fun to go and explore and figure out on your own, self-taught. Some things are good to learn on your own. You can learn them on your own without help. But some things you need an instructor. This man is on YouTube just talking, which is okay. He has the right to do that. He has the right to get on here and talk, but I also have the right to review and react to your content. You sitting up here straight up lying. Now, Tommy Sotomayor went and caught you in a couple of lies. See, it doesn't matter what you say in the end. If you're a liar, I can't trust you. It's important to really take your time. That's why they tell you to think before you speak. And it's difficult when you're doing lives and things like this. You want to entertain. You want to keep this audience. You want to keep them entrapped. Keep their attention. So story time and all of this, black folks is fairly easy to confuse and contain mentally. And that's just the truth. That's just the truth. Now here's the article that that tells you and breaks down this decade-long rumor. It might have been going longer than a decade. It is a rumor. These two different men name the same thing. Black folks love running with this. And when I heard him drop this rumor right after I just dropped this video. Now, if y'all think, oh, Kwame never watches you, go check out my video. He left a comment on my video. He says he believes everyone has a right to speak. I respect him and I believe he has the right to speak. I also have the right to speak. And if you misspeak, I'm going to be on your ass. You can't be out here lying and shit. You can say a bunch of good stuff, a bunch of great, wonderful, helpful stuff. But the minute you begin lying, you lose credibility. And credibility is very important. It's just like the boy who cried wolf, right? Excuse me. Right? That is a kindergarten version of trying to teach a child. You build up your credibility by telling the truth and being an honest person. If you call someone ugly, you say you ugly, you a B, you a this, you a that. That's not the truth. Right? That you say, well, that's the truth. No, that's not the truth. That's just you being hateful and evil. If that person was funky and you tell them, hey, baby, you funky, whether you do it to them personally or you do it to embarrass them, it technically still is the truth. That's the truth. They up here funky. That's the truth. But calling somebody ugly, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. They may be ugly to you and absolutely gorgeous to the next person. That's why I don't understand women sitting up here letting Kevin Samuels rape them. Yes, it's great to give you some empowerment, tell you to lose weight, tell you to be healthy, tell you things that you can do, things that are attainable. But then in the same breath of air, if you lie or berate me, then you lose credibility with me. Now, I can forgive you if you are willing to be accountable and ask for that forgiveness. Well, actually, I'm going to forgive you whether you ask for it or not. But whether I deal with you on a personal level is whether or not you can be accountable and humble and turn from this thing. You can't sit up here and say, well, I'm going to do it again, so let me say sorry in advance. You're not going to sit up here and insult me. Insults are, you tell someone, hey, you overweight. That's the truth. But when you start getting you fat, nasty, sloppy, BH, you done took it to a whole nother level and you just being hateful. Same thing when you lie. And see, he, out of all people, should know that this is a lie. Kwame Brown, out of all people, should know that this is a lie. So I'm looking at 3 things now. The week Cat Williams have something come out. You name drop him. The week LeBron James has something come out. You name drop him in the same sentence with your mess that you had going on. You on YouTube talking. This man is on a global stage. So that was strange. Now this. And when he does it so slick. Michael Jordan, and then gonna try to tell some story. Well, I was invested in it too, and I didn't know. Oh, please. And when he said that, it almost makes me think for sure he watched my video. I just put the shit out the night before. The same heading and everything. And speaking of that, I need to go link this article in my description so y'all can go check out the article. I looked at this I said, well, did he ever comment on it on air or something like this? This is sickening. You got black folks thinking all types of crazy stuff about Oprah, all types of crazy stuff about, oh, you can't do this and you can't. I mean, the craziest stuff I hear. And I can't do anything about how folks choose and decide to think. My thing is, when you're presented with the truth, what do you do when you're presented with the truth? Do you still want to believe the lie? Is it just more comfortable for you? I don't understand that. And when a person lies, for me personally, they lose credibility until they are accountable and ask for forgiveness and correct and turn. That's the only way that you redeem yourself with me. Anyway, like, dislike, comment below. Thank you for listening.